Okay, at this time, I'm going to call to order the November 20th, 2024 Pollyant Trailway Management Council meeting. The time is 3:05. So if we can rise and pay respect to the flag, and then we'll have invocation after the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing this meeting together and giving us the opportunity to discuss issues together. Now guide us with our decisions and keep us true to you. In the Lord's name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, before we get started, there's some change in membership on the council here, so I just want to go over that real quick. I'll start with Oxford Township. What I know, John Nold was not reelected to the Township Board, therefore there's a vacancy on the board. The Township Board will fill that, and that'll be the new person for the next meeting. Mike McDonald has become the treasurer in Addison Township, and Jennifer Swack is going to be the new appointee for the Village of Leonard, as I understand.
At this time, yes.
At this time, okay. All right.
See, she's hanging in there.
So she's a new member. Jennifer, do you want to say anything to council? Introduce yourself or some background on yourself?
I've been with the Village of Leonard on council for, oh boy,
Six years.
probably about 6 years. I think I'm on my second term. Resident of the village, children in the Oxford schools, dedicated in here, so.
Okay, good. Welcome aboard. The other change is that with Addison Township might be coming on Addison Township, he's going to assume the role for Supervisor Bruce Pearson. Bruce is in the audience for us today, and he's going to serve as an alternate to the council in the event that Vice Chair Brakefield or Secretary McDonald can't make the meeting. Orion Township, the makeup is still the same with Aaron Wiley and Matt Pfeiffer, and the village is still Allison Kemp. So as of right now, that's our council makeup. So Treasurer or Secretary McDonald, can you please call the roll?
Roll call for attendance of the Pollyant Trail Council. Mr. Brakefield,
Here.
Mr. McDonald here, Mr. Pfeiffer, Mr. Watley,
Here.
Mr. Wright,
Here.
Ms. Swack,
Here?
Ms. Kemp.
Here.
Okay. We have a quorum.
Okay, very good. Okay. Moving on our agenda, the first item of business.
My mistake. Mr. Green is here as well.
Okay.
Just in the trail manager.
Yeah, noted. Noted. Okay, the first item is approval of our agenda. Is there any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Vice Chair Brayfield, second by Councilor Wiley to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Next on to our consent agenda. We have the approval of our October 16th meeting minutes, bills to be approved, financial statements to be filed, and treasurer's or manager's report to be filed as well. Any questions on the consent agenda? Okay, hearing none, our motion is in order to approve the consent agenda.
I'll go ahead and approve the consent agenda for the October 16th meeting minutes, the treasurer's report, the bills to be paid at amount of $24,232.76, and receive and filed financial reports of October 2024, and the trail manager's report, November 2024.
Okay, motion on the floor. Do I have a second to the motion? Second. Okay, motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Councilor Wiley to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any further comment? Okay, Secretary McDonald, please call the roll.
Brakefield,
Yes?
McDonald, yes. Watley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Swack,
Yes.
Kemp.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, very good. Okay, at this time, any public comment wishes to speak? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move on now to item number 7. This is the purpose of going into a closed session meeting, and on your agenda you'll see what the closed session is for. We have Melanie Hassano, who's our attorney representing us from from our attorney firm here to help us with the closed session considering we go in. So I'll entertain a motion. Secretary McDonald, you have that motion to go into closed session?
Yeah, that motion would be to go into closed session to consult with legal counsel regarding trial and/or settlement strategy in connection with Pollyant Trail and Pollyant Trail Management Council versus Timothy and Kimberly Musinski, Oakland County Circuit Court case number 2024-210493-CZ.
Support.
Okay, motion by Secretary McDonald, second by Councilor Kemp to go into closed session. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call in the closed session.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna leave. I don't wanna hear all the screaming and yelling.
Watley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Swack,
Yes.
Kemp,
Yes.
Brakefield,
Yes.
McDonald, yes. Did I get
Okay.
everybody?
You did. Motion carries. Okay, we'll turn off the cameras, the tapes, and everything. And Melanie. Okay, we're back in session. It's 3:43 p.m. from the closed session, back in open session. And we'll entertain a motion from the closed session. Secretary McDonald.
I guess I'm going to make a motion to authorize the trail attorney to proceed with the to direct the attorney to proceed at our direction after consideration of the previous offer and communication from the Musinskis, that we proceed as we discussed in closed session.
And I'll
Okay.
second that.
Okay, motion by Secretary McDonald, second by Vice Chair Brakefield to proceed with action as discussed in closed session. Any further comment? Hearing none, let's do a roll call on that, please.
Okay. Wright,
Yes.
McDonald, oh no, I'm sorry, Swack,
Yes.
Kemp,
Yes.
Brakefield,
Yes.
McDonald, yes. Watley,
Yes.
motion carries unanimously.
Okay, Melanie.
Thank you so much. It was
Yep.
so nice meeting you guys.
Yep,
All right, thank
yeah, for
you.
sure. You too. Thanks for driving out. Be
Yes.
safe on the ride home.
You got a
Yes, I
copy?
do, yep.
I made notes on this. Do you need, It's
No,
basically-
not that one.
okay.
Doesn't mind. Did you get these probably, did you want these? Or did you?
I have that in my
Okay.
file,
All
yes.
right.
Thank you so much.
There's a couple more. Okay, we are back in open session here, and we're going to continue now with the citizen rep report. Kevin, any report for us this month?
I have a question.
Question?
Hoping to get a clarification. A couple of Sundays ago, I was on the trail down by Green Shield. And I was on my bike heading north and walking the other way were three gentlemen in full cameo with masks carrying bows and arrows. And not in a hunting mode, you know, but they were on their backs and things. And I know that's, adjacent to the park, which I think does allow some hunting. I think it was archery season. But I went and called the sheriff and I said, I don't know if this is an issue or not. I know there's no hunting allowed on the trail. So enlighten me as to, are they okay to do that? Is that considered hunting? If they're just walking on the trail, they're probably just using it as an access.
Probably the bigger question is carrying a bow and an arrow versus the hunting, because being it is Pollyant Trail property, it's not state property, it's down by Green Shield. Just would be the matter of what we have allowed, and I don't know if Oregon Township has any jurisdiction on this either, as far as the hunting goes. But It sounds like they were just using the trail for ingress egress versus actually
I agree,
hunting.
but I thought, just to be sure, so I called and I left it up to them and
Yeah.
whatever they did.
I mean, it could be
thought
similar
they found them, but-
to somebody open carrying, riding a bike or walking open carry. But they just have the
Yeah.
pistol.
that
in
all
it.
the time,
Yeah.
all the time.
I wouldn't be surprised down in that area because of the park.
It's a good
Just
question.
wondering.
Linda, you got any insight on that?
Historically, I believe that if you are carrying a gun, it has to be unloaded and it has to be in a you can't just be carrying it around. You have to have it in some sort of carrying device.
A holster.
A holster, a bag or whatever you have to. I don't really know. And down in that area, they come in and out of that little parking area too.
Yeah.
So I don't think we could ever control it, and unless they're being aggressive with it. I don't.
You could probably get a hold of Sage maybe.
Yeah, I
She
can
could probably get
ask
some
her.
enlightenment
Yeah.
on what the rules and regulations are.
I can ask Adam. That's his territory. We'll call Adam.
It'd be nice to know the answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did not look like they were
yeah.
hunting, it looked like they were just
Walking.
walking.
Yeah,
But
So it's going to be referred to the conservation officer?
yeah. Adam Leap is the manager of Bald Mountain.
And Christopher Knights is still he could be another,
Christopher Knight and Danielle.
yeah,
Are still
somebody
listed.
give some answer on that.
Yeah.
Anything else, Kevin?
that's it.
Okay, well, thank you on that one. Okay, we're gonna have unfinished business. We have none. We have one item under new business. It's a tree cutting proposal. It's in your packet, council. There's a request to cut 3 trees. Linda's identified those with photographs in your packet. The issue is that it's $1,200. It's from Elite Outdoor, the person we hired to do some contract work for us and replacing Mr. Brooks, who sold us chipper. And it's my understanding that this will be submitted for reimbursement through the grant funds for the state of Michigan.
Well, this will be through the ARPA funds that we'll be getting. This tree or the money that the Pollyant Trail was going to give us to do the resurfacing in that area. These are trees that are going to have to come down in order for us to do any resurfacing in that area next year. They're right at Rochester Road. We cannot get a gravel hauler in and out of that area. I mean, Mike, you know how low those trees are. They're not good. So wherever the money comes from, whether it's the ARPA funds or the money that we were earmarked for next year in our 50,000 or whatever in our bank account to do the resurfacing in that area, those trees have got to come out.
So it's my understanding, Linda, as you indicated to me, that some of these trees are on the adjacent property?
The stumps are on adjacent properties.
Okay.
Probably 90% of the tree is hanging over the Pollyant Trail property.
All right.
I've talked to one of the homeowners, and he's the one that called my attention to the split trunk of the one box elder, and he said, take it down, do whatever you need. My wife and I are really scared this is gonna fall in the trail. We did mark it, I did take pictures of it. The other two, same scenario, the stumps are on other homeowners. I talked to the homeowner, and he has no problem with us cutting those trees down. Take them away. He does not want us to grind out the stumps. He's afraid of the dirt being disturbed, and may cause problems with his foundation, erosion. And I said, I'm not gonna grind your stumps out, we'll just take the trees down. And he was very amenable to that, because it wasn't gonna cost him anything.
All right, here's my dilemma, Linda,
I know.
is that we're cutting trees on somebody else's property without permission.
I will get written authorization, if you agree to that. I will go to the homeowners and I will get it in writing that we are allowed to access their property for the purpose of
Mhm.
cutting and removing those trees. I won't do it without permission, that's a big mistake.
Yeah, and then, if he's concerned about a foundation
Right.
crumbling or something after the fact, then we need protection on that as well.
Correct. And if we pull the trees out, or if nature takes its course and those trees fall, that foundation is gonna suffer. So by us proactively removing that tree, leaving the stump in place, that homeowner has a much better chance of that foundation staying in place.
Plus, you don't know how much of the trees on his property are ours. You know where it comes out of the ground at, but you don't know where it crosses the property line.
But,
That's where you should cut it.
At the property line? I mean, I can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, that right there, it's,
Yeah.
we're taking care of our property, just like this situation you had in closed session.
That's fine. I mean, if you want me to take it to the property line, I'll do heaven to hell, and we'll forget the
I
rest.
don't know, I'm just saying, for
Right.
protection of us and the homeowner.
Right.
You know, I don't know if Mr. Potter needs to be involved on it, but, you know, we're doing him a favor, but we don't want our favor to come back and bite us.
Correct.
you know?
And it never hurts to just get permission regardless of where you cut it.
Yeah, I would think so.
If that's being said, and they cut it right on the property line, Elite needs to requote it, because that's just a trim off of a limb instead of the whole tree.
Oh, no, the tree's gonna be cut at the property line. We're gonna cut the stump, so we're gonna cut the stump at heaven to hell. Because, and then this part of the tree is gonna be gone.
Okay.
So it's gonna be just a little stump hanging over.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll look strange, but we can do that.
So, council, any other questions on this? You want to cut 3 trees for $1,200 or not? That's the question. I mean, to me, my concern is they're not that big of trees, and I thought the $1,200 is a pretty decent price that the contractors are getting a good deal for $1,200, because I don't see these trees as being real big. What I do see is the disposal of the limbs and all that is the bigger problem on this. And Linda did get another quote to qualify that, and it was $1,000 more, and she tried to get somebody else that's local, and they did not get back with us, so strike against them. So I guess if you're inclined to move forward, board, there's a motion in the packet. If you're not inclined to move forward, Trail Manager Moran needs to know that.
I'll go ahead and make that motion. That I move to approve the quote from Elite Outdoor Property Management dated 11/3/2024 in the amount of $1,200 for the removal of 3 trees from the Pollyant Trail west of Rochester Road in the village of Leonard. This $1,200 amount would be expensed to account number 298-253-932.000, maintenance of grounds.
Motion on the floor. Any second to the motion? I'll second the motion for a vote. Okay, motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Chairman Wright, to approve the trail cutting amount of $1,200 for these 3 trees. Any further discussion? Okay, if not, we'll do a roll call vote on the expenditure.
For expenditure for the tree removal, $1,200, Swack,
Yes.
Kemp,
Yes.
Brakefield,
Yes?
McDonald, yes. Watley,
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
All right, Linda, so you'll get a hold of Matt. Is it Matt? Yeah.
Now, just to clarify, if I am able to get permission from the homeowners, we can cut it at the property line or beyond, or just to the property line? What
If
is,
you get permission from the homeowner, then my position would be then cut where you think you need to, but make sure you get it totally in writing,
okay,
signed off. If you need it notarized by somebody, then, or get a witness on the sheet. I mean, you want to draft like a short agreement with them? I mean, that's fine with me.
yeah, I think I was planning on doing that anyway, because I just don't want to run into any problems later on, like, I didn't tell you that, or
Exactly.
you cut to, I mean, I never, ever go on anybody else's property without, knowing what happened, I probably have, but I mean, it's mine, I never trespass.
It's not like the old days, is it?
I never trespass.
Help me out.
Yeah.
Help me out. Okay, that's that. So we're moving on now. Public comment. At this time, we've got some reps from the Daughters of American Revolution wanted to come to our meetings. So we appreciate that. So I didn't know if you wanted to speak to us at that, but you're welcome to go to the podium and
Get on the
let us know what you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us how fabulous you are.
That way you get on camera and they can hear
This is
you.
my partner in crime.
Yeah, just let us know who you are again, because we know we met you one time.
You have,
Yes.
you have. And so I'm Sue Meyer, the historian of the John Crawford chapter Daughters of the American Revolution.
And I'm Phyllis Asta, Oxford resident and DAR literacy champion.
So we are, once again, wanted to thank you for allowing us to celebrate America 250 by installing the information kiosk at the Water Depot stop. And we're utilizing that for some trail information. And we're also having information in there about conservation and birding, historic women of the area or visitors to our area, as well as revolutionary patriots. So that's kind of what we're placing in that information kiosk. And the reason why we wanted to come to the trail is because the trail goes through our entire area from north to south of where we have members and where our members originally lived and farmed and all of that, because our chapter's been around for 107 years. So here we are today looking ahead at America 250, July of 2026 coming up, not too far away, right? So it may not even be on your radar, but we're starting to bring it to your radar. And so we just wanted to find out if you'd like to work with us again. We have a couple of ideas. One, bringing flags along the trail as you have events, and then people could take them home with them. We could have a kiosk, or we could just have them along the trail, if that'd be something that you'd be interested in when you're having events, or some the signage that you see that goes in the grass, high school graduate, those kind of signs that go into the ground and could get picked up and put back out at different times when you're having events along the trail. So this is kind of our proposal. If you'd be interested in us working on that, we're looking for funding for that, and we can make that happen. So that's kind of what we're bringing to you to offer. We really appreciated, as I say, the opportunity to work with the trail because of all of our communities. We have women that are all the way up into Almont and all the way down to South Oregon. So we are all along the trail, Dryden and Leonard and all the communities that the trail is. But our bulk is down here. That's why we're working on this half of the trail and not up in Lapeer County as much. Okay, so we wanted to bring that proposal to you. It's nothing formal. The stuff we're kind of sussing out and thinking about, but is that something that the Trail Authority would be interested in us showing up kind of semi-regularly over the next 18 months or beyond even?
Yeah, well, what I can say is maybe thank you back to you for stepping up to put a kiosk on the trail and be interested in it, because of organizations like yourselves that stepped up to make our trail what it is today. Those little pieces do add up to make us a pretty top-notch trail with the resources we have to operate with. And to Linda's credit, how this trail's been transformed into one of the gems of Oakland County. So thank you back to you. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm only one of 7, soon to be 8, once we get an appointment from Oxford Township, that we would be open to listen to what you want to participate in for us to make sure that it fits with the event, and number 2, it fits with the trail requirements that we have for placement and things like that. So the flags you said would be American flags?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
I don't see an issue with that. Council? Secretary McDonald?
Well, like the DAR, I think most Americans are going to have a great year with the 250th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be fitting and appropriate for the trail. And I was thinking perhaps at the trailheads and parking areas that we have some type of signage to that effect. If it be only a flag, that's worthy of consideration, or maybe a sponsorship sign or something like that for the DAR. It's something that we could talk about, get some pricing on. I don't know if you would want us to do that, or if that was something you would prefer to do, if that's worthy of consideration.
We want to make sure that people are aware, that it's up, we can't wait till July 2026. It needs to be in this next 18 months that we're putting it out there so people are aware and can celebrate, It's not just one day.
And to your point, you know, are there flags along the trail at this moment, right now?
Linda, I don't believe so.
There is one flag. There's
One.
one flag at Water Depot, and it was from the DAR. So we have one little one.
We have one so far.
The Village of Leonard has one at the mill,
Yeah.
right on the trail.
Yeah,
It's one-
yeah.
It's also a good rest stop.
But it would be nice if we could get some of those little signs like upcoming happy birthday, 250th
Yeah.
birthday America or something. Stay tuned. You know, something cute like that to make the announcement and maybe flag.
Kind of like our own DIA exhibit.
Exactly. You know, exactly.
Oh, terrific.
In each
Yeah.
one of our kiosks, maybe we could have a little story about American Patriot. You know, John Crawford and, you know, all the other folks that made our country what we are.
We do have about 6 patriots who are buried in Michigan, Revolutionary War patriots, that we mark their graves with a wreath, you know, at the holiday times. So we're well aware of the people that are, you know, in our region, and you know, can do things like that. And
Traveling museum exhibit. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, you know, I know John Crawford now, and that's what I know.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think it would be, you know, and not just the men, but the women
Mhm.
that did this too. So, it would be kind of
Would
cool.
the kiosk allow for flag placement holders on the side?
I'm sure they
Is that something
we
that
could
you-
retrofit something.
That's something that council would want to do? I mean, it's basically a display without being in the display.
Right.
Right, like, you know, like bolt
Yeah, like
holder
a
on
hanging
the back.
flagpole off from your
You
house,
know, if that material
unless it
would
disappears.
hold, would,
It's
would allow
composite
that.
plastic. It
Yeah.
will hold just about anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Just a thought,
yeah.
just a thought.
How many
What a-
kiosks are there currently?
What are 5?
5.
5? So I'd say right now, the concept is good, and I would think, you know, once it gets closer to what you want to do, then you can get with probably Linda, and then she can relay that to us, and we'll consider it and see that it gets
Put
done.
some ideas
potentially.
in.
So,
My concern, you was like mentioned putting flags out for people to take.
Yeah.
My concern with that is not everyone has acted in good faith along the trail at all times.
So they take them all.
Well, are they going to end up just like blowing around and be just like stomped on and muddy, and now there's just flags floating around?
Well, we were thinking more of, you know, an event, you've got a race.
Okay,
let's say,
all right,
Or
so-
you have an equestrian event, you know, placing them maybe the day before,
Okay,
you know, the
maybe
Friday
it's the
before,
following
and
week.
then whatever isn't taken. And they'd have like some type of we'd put, what had you talk, like some type of a tag on them, like a take me tag, but something more creative than that. And maybe a little bit about how to handle the flag.
Yeah.
Not ending, yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be great if everybody in our communities has a flag, you know, for America 250 when that rolls around, you know? That's kind of our thinking. So, great, well, glad to hear you're, you know, interested, and we're pretty creative, and, you know, there's American Legions around that have flag, you know, we would work to partner perhaps with some other organizations that are also along the trail and our local communities, but, you know, this is bigger than all of us. So we'd like to do it on the trail because as I say, we feel like we've begun a nice relationship with you all, and we would like to continue it, so.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yes.
You will see us again then,
Okay.
how's that?
We hope so.
Okay. Any other
Yeah.
questions?
As far as the DAR, you're a chapter?
Yes.
DAR? How many's in your chapter?
We have 34 members.
34, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's, you know, 800,000 members in the whole country and units overseas, you know, current active. So we're all working on this, so.
All right, very good, very good.
Okay, anything
Well,
else?
and the American Legion 108, they're very supportive of the trail.
Yeah,
They
okay,
love the
well,
trail.
we'll be talking with your trail manager then
Okay.
and see if
Very good,
we
sir.
can collaborate,
All right.
alrighty?
Yep,
Great.
thanks for your
Thanks
time
for
coming
having
out,
us.
yes, for sure. Absolutely. Okay. It's a good little shot in the arm for the trail, hopefully. All right, we're going to move on to council member comments. We'll start with Councilor Watley.
Thank you for your presentation. It sounds wonderful. We want to support our wonderful country and our founding fathers and mothers. Amen. So we appreciate that. Congrats to everybody who ran for the election and was successful, and congrats to those who didn't, because now they have new opportunities to go after. So that's it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Vice Chair Brakefield.
And I agree with Aaron. I think it's been a great meeting, very informative closed-door meeting. Thank you.
Secretary McDonald.
I'm excited, getting more excited about the upcoming anniversary, which really hasn't been highlighted. Not like the 200th was anyways. So it'd be nice to be the lead into that and get that out to the public and have it be associated with the trail. Meanwhile, I'm proud to be able to remain on the trail, albeit as a representative from Addison rather than the village of Leonard. But I've known Jennifer for some time, and even though she says she's temporary, she would be a real benefit. She'd be a great benefit to the Trail Council. So, thank you,
All right.
and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Same.
Councilor Kemp.
Thank you all. I follow along on YouTube, so I appreciate it. And thank you. I'm really excited to see what projects you have coming up. Kevin and Curtis. Kevin's my precinct captain. Thank you for the election. It went very well, and I know that's a lot of work. So I can imagine
Yeah, there's moments, but it's
Yes.
it's people that step up to assist
Okay.
that all make it happen as a team. Kevin's a big part.
Yes. I might switch out if someone on the village council is able to make this meeting. That's kind of up in the air. We haven't met with as our new council yet. So
Yeah.
but yes.
That's why we open it up for your manager in your
Yes,
absence.
I
So,
appreciate, but yes, thank
we
you.
definitely appreciate the village being present because it's all part of the group, the team.
Thank you.
Yeah. Councilor Swack.
I will repeat the same. We haven't met as a council to know if I would be the person to sit here, but thank you for welcoming me. Somebody will be here, guaranteed. And we'll make sure that happens, so happy Thanksgiving.
All right, all right. Same from the chair's standpoint of view. Thank you for what we do as a council here. We keep moving forward, so I'm grateful for the people that have remained on and those that have moved on. I'm going to move on to Kevin.
Just thank everyone for everything the council does and for your presentation, and happy Thanksgiving to all.
Trail Manager Moran.
Well, I think it was a great year. I think the next year is going to be even more spectacular. Boy, have I got some plans for next year. Yeah, I'll end it the way I started. It's like, you haven't seen anything yet. Give me 5 years, you won't recognize the place. And, but no, I want to thank everybody. I want to, welcome the newcomers and the stayer honors. I think we have a great council. I think we work great together. And, the lovely DAR ladies, they're a force to be reckoned with, I think. So I'm happy to have them coming on board. It's just a great time. Everything's going well. And just to let everybody know, in case you don't know, that on December 4th, Wednesday at 1 p.m. in Dryden Memorial Park, Pollyant Trail, Lapeer County is doing a dedication to the 2.2 miles of development that they've done out of their 20 miles. So they're going to do some ribbon cutting. They put in a new bridge. They're trying real hard up there. They really are trying up there. The DNR is supporting them a little more. The communities, once you get a little traction going, people kind of fall in line and start supporting you a little more. So anybody who wants to come out 1 o'clock on December 4th, it's going to be a good time. And they're going to serve refreshments, so they'll feed you at least. And that's it. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad to see everybody here.
Just remember, Lenny, your first requirement is the Pollyant Trail in Oakland County.
I know. I got it.
The last word we're going to give to Mr. Pearson to
Oh.
come to the mic and give us his comments so we can get on camera.
Oh,
Well, all I can say, I was on the trail committee for 12 years, and I'll be an alternate, but I put my best two guys on the trail here, so they'll continue the good work, but my tractor is still available and my chainsaw, so if you need something, let me know.
Don't worry, Bruce.
I'll send my
Midnight.
But other than that, yeah, we have made great improvements over all the years. I mean, the trail now is, and as you know, it went through our family farm, probably the longest besides Ed's. But at one time, it was never used. It was just a place for people to run their motorcycles or whatever. But now it's become probably one of the most used trails up in all of northern Oakland County. So we've all done a great job on it, and it looks beautiful. I mean, and actually you can ride down it now, and it's absolutely something that we should be proud of. But anyways, thank you.
Thank you, Bruce, for your
Thank you.
service, both ways.
Yeah.
Pauline
And
Trail.
I got these two guys on the NOGA over 2 years. And I've been on that for 16 years, 16 years here, 16 years there, yeah.
So you're putting them on all these councils, I mean, you're going to Florida.
Put me in a nursing home.
We're not doing that, Bruce. Okay, with that, we're gonna entertain a motion to adjourn at 4:15 PM.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion by Vice Chair Brayfield, second by Councilor Wiley to adjourn the meeting at 4:15 PM. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.